Hi, welcome back. Today I have a 94, 93 old school Commander game. This is my deck. In our version of Commander, it's called kind of, we named it the Cowboy Commander because anything goes. Power's legal, Caracas is legal, Library is legal, everything's legal as long as you have one of each card, and it has to be the same loyalty colors as your Commander. And this is a little bit longer video, so bear with me. It is a Commander old school game. All right, here we see some cuts. And I do apologize as I am the one sitting furthest away, and some of my cards have glare on them. So I'm going to try to explain and say what everything is as it comes out. To my right, or to the right, is Justin, and to the left is JJ. My commander is Chromium, his is Rubina, and I forgot which one JJ is, but we'll figure it out a little later. Okay, starting out. I lost the roll. So Justin went first with an island. JJ laid a Meister's Factory and a Soul Ring. And Justin lays down land, sorry, I can't see what it is. JJ lays down a mountain, and that's a dragon engine. That's a 1/3 artifact creature, and you pay 1 colorless to give it +1/+0. My turn, I lay down an island, and then I cast a Time Walk. Excuse me. Time Walk turn. And then I cast a Chaos Orb. Justin lays down a land, then passes turn. It looks like an island. So he's got an island, a plains, and an island. JJ plays a mountain, and he plays Shatterstorm on my Chaos Orb. So my Chaos Orb is destroyed, and I take 2 damage from the casting cost. Then he decides to, I think, attack me with the Maestras, and he attacks Justin with the Dragon Engine. And then Justin plays a Hercule's Recall, returning all artifacts back to JJ's hand, so nobody takes any damage. JJ passes turn. I don't draw a land, so I have to pass turn. Justin lays down, I think it's another plains or a tundra, and passes. I'm sorry, he plays a Northern Paladin. JJ lays his factory back down. And his Soul Ring, and then his Dragon Engine back down, and passes turn. I still can't find any lands, so I draw, and then I pass turn. Actually, I had to discard. I think I discarded a Order of Libra. And then Justin plays, I can't remember what that was. I'm sorry. When the glare goes away, I'll tell you what it was. JJ plays a Maze of Ith. Activates his factory and swings at me. Then he passes turn. My turn. Can't find any land still, so I have to discard a White Knight. Justin's turn. Justin plays a Mirror Universe. I believe that other card is a Force Field. So he's got a Mirror Universe, a Force Field, and a Northern Paladin down. Alright, JJ plays a Swamp. Then he passes turn. My turn. Still can't find anything. And I discarded another creature. I think it was a Mahamoti Jin. JJ. Justin passes turn. JJ attacks me with Dragon Engine and pumps it twice. So I take 3. But I found a balance on my draw, which is very nice. So I have 2 lands, 0 creatures. Justin, I think, has 3 cards in hand, so we have to discard down to 3 cards. So I discarded a couple creatures and a spell. I can't remember what I discarded. Justin goes, lays down a forest. Passes turn. JJ goes. Passes turn. My turn. Still no land. Pass turn. Alright, and then Justin played a card. I can't tell what it is, sorry. I played a City in a Bottle and pass turn. I believe. It's a green creature, but anytime an artifact's cast, it gets +1/+1. I can't remember the name of the creature. So when I cast my City in a Bottle, I get +1/+1. He decides to attack JJ. JJ uses maze to maze the creature. My turn, I cast a Fellwar Stone. Justin gives his green creature regeneration and swings at me for 2. JJ's turn. He casts a Greed. And Justin disenchants his Soul Ring. And then I put a Spirit Link on his green creature. And Justin plays another creature, I believe. I can't remember which one it was. Lightning Bolt on his green creature, since he was all tapped out and he can regenerate it. He uses his Greed. My turn. Tap for a Soul Ring. And I cast a Wrath of God. Then JJ plays a Shatterstorm, destroying all artifacts. So right when I started getting my mana base built up, he destroyed my 2 artifacts. I play a City of Brass. Now that the City in a Bottle's gone, I cast Recall for 1. Discard a Sarah Angel, and I get my balance back. And then Justin plays an Armageddon. At least I'm only losing 3 lands. I think they're going through their graveyards counting 9 lands they both lost. I've only lost 3 so far. So far we've had a Balance, an Armageddon, and a Shatterstorm. JJ plays a land. He's still got Greed. And discards. My turn. Don't find a land. Oh, I'm sorry, I do find a land. I believe it's a Plains. Then Justin plays a Library of Ling. So pretty much you don't have no maximum hand size. If a card forces you to discard, you can choose to discard at the top of your library if you want to. JJ plays an Orcish Artillery. Then I play a Copy Artifact on his Library of Ling, on Justin's Library of Ling. Alright. JJ plays, I think it's a Mountain Yeti or something like that. Protection from white. And then he swings at Justin for 1 with his Orcish Artillery. My turn. And I cast Balance again. So it's the second Balance. And then Justin's only got 1 land, so everybody goes back down to 1 land and 0 creatures. I think 5 was the card count. JJ uses Greed, plays a Mountain. And casts a Felden's Cane. So you tap, sacrifice it, and shuffle your graveyard into your library. Justin's turn, casts a Felwar Stone. JJ decides to activate his Felden's Cane, so he shuffles his entire graveyard back into his library. Now keep in mind, I've got like 6 or 7 creatures in my graveyard that I had to discard because I didn't have any lands. And then Justin's got some creatures that I've destroyed as well. Then we gotta shuffle those massive decks. Not an easy task. I never played Commander before, so this is my first. I've been playing Old School for a few weeks now, but. And he plays a Sedgetroll. My turn, I don't have any lands. I draw and pass turn. Justin plays a Time Vault. We're talking about it's not going to do anything unless you got a Twiddle. And then JJ attacks me with his Sedgetroll, and he has a Swamp, so it's actually a 3/3 coming at me. So my turn, I found a scrub land. I played a Dark Ritual into a All Hallows Eve. So there's a Halloween on the board. And keep in mind, JJ just shuffled his graveyard back into his library, so he's got no creatures in his graveyard. Me and Justin, on the other hand, have a bunch. Or I do, anyways. I have a lot. So the no land thing in the beginning actually worked out pretty well for me because I played 2 balances already. There's been an Armageddon. And then now I'm able to cast a All Hallows Eve. JJ plays a Black Lotus. Uses his Greed. And he plays a Jadam Tome. Then he swings at Justin for 3. But then Justin boomerangs the Sedge Troll back to his hand. Alright, my turn. The 2 counter goes down to 1. I play an island. And I'm explaining to him how All Hallows Eve works. Alright, Justin decides to skip his turn to untap his Time Vault. JJ's turn. Oh, he didn't skip his turn, sorry, he untapped it by accident. And then JJ plays a Jade Statue. And I decide to counterspell that. Okay, I find another land. I can't tell what that is I just played. Sorry. No, it's a clone. No, it's not a clone. What is that? Oh, it was a Brain Geyser. I Brain Geysered for 2. And there's an Icy Manipulator on JJ's side. And then Justin did skip his last turn and untapped his Time Vault. So now Hallows Eve's going off. So we all get our creatures back from our graveyard. Poor JJ doesn't have any creatures in his graveyard. I got a Juggernaut back, a Mahamudi Djinn, a Sarah Angel, a White Knight, an Order Elite Burr. And then I'm actually trying to decide what to clone because I have a clone in my hand. I think I end up cloning Justin's 6/4 Trample green creature. I forgot the name of it. You can see it there. It's the 3rd card in the middle. The middle card right there. Asking what that is. So I'm cloning the 6/4 Trample creature. Justin plays, I believe it's a Maze of Ith. So I went from bad shape to really good shape. I got like 7 creatures on the board now. Justin's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, and a Time Vault. JJ plays an Earthquake for 4. So that kills everything on the ground that's 4 or less life. My Sarah Angel and my Mahamoti survive. And we all take 4 damage as well. Oh, I had a Rasputin in my graveyard as well. But I can use some of the counters on Rasputin, that's the card with the dice on it, to prevent damage. So I'll prevent 4 damage to Rasputin. So my Rasputin lives. So Rasputin is a gold card, it's blue and white, I think 4. And it comes into play with 7 counters on it. And then you can remove a counter to add 1 mana to your mana pool, or you can remove a counter to prevent 1 damage to Rasputin. So yeah, it's a pretty good card. And then I just played a Steel Artifact on Justin's Time Vault, and he decides to tap it to use it for an extra turn after mine. So he'll get 2 turns in a row. And I swing in with my Mahamoti at Justin. No. JJ decides to tap my Mahamoti Djinn. That's what it was. Justin plays a Felden's Cane, and then he plays a Control Magic on my Mahamoti. And I believe I had an Armageddon in my hand, and I was going to play it, and I decided to wait a second, and I should have played it, but I didn't, so that was my fault. JJ played a Sinkhole on my Scrubland. Justin decides to use his Felden's Cane. I remove a counter from Rasputin and tap a blue for a Hercules recall. And so I get my copy artifact back. And then we had to read the text on the Hercules recall, so it returns all artifacts that are owned by that player to its hand. And since I didn't actually own the Time Vault, I stole it from Justin. I didn't have to return it to my hand, so Time Vault stays in my possession. We looked it up. That was correct. If you guys know anything different, let us know. But that's how we played it. So I played my copy artifact on the Icy Manipulator. And Justin's going to clear his attack phase, so he's attacking me, I use my Icy Manipulator to tap down his Mama Gen. During JJ's turn, he taps down Justin's Safe Haven, which was one of the lands he played. JJ plays a Swamp, and then plays Ashes to Ashes, destroying the Mahamoti and destroying my Rasputin. So I still have my Sarah. And at this point, JJ is kind of low on life because he's been using Greed. JJ plays Workish Artillery. I decided to pass turn to untap Time Vault. No, I'm sorry. I believe that was an Armageddon. No, it wasn't Armageddon. It was Armageddon. I played an Armageddon. So far there's been 2 Armageddons, 2 balances, a Shadow Storm, and Earthquake. And I swing at Justin for 4. JJ swings at Justin for 1 with Workish Artillery. And at the end of JJ's turn, I decide to tap down his Icy Manipulator. And I swing at JJ for 4. Then I cast, can't remember what that was, sorry. I believe that was my Ice Manipulator. Justin passes turn. JJ's turn. Oh, it's a relic barrier. I played a relic barrier. That's what it was. So I tapped down Justin's. No, sorry, JJ's Icy Manipulator at the end of his turn. And I believe that's a Hurricane that Justin just played for 4. So that was enough to kill JJ, so JJ's out of it. Killed my Sarah, and everybody takes 4 damage. So now it's just me and Justin. I have a tapped Time Vault, a Relic Barrier. I just played a Caracas. I believe I have an island and a swamp, I think. I tapped down his Fellwar Stone at the beginning of his turn. Justin plays his... No, I didn't play a Caracas yet, sorry. Justin played his Rubinia. That was a Black Lotus that I cast. Sacked the Black Lotus for white. I actually Divine Offering his Fellwar Stone, and I Swords of Plowshared his Rubinia. So we both gained 2 life, and Rubinia was removed from the game. But it's his commander, so he just puts it back in the command zone. Justin plays a green mana battery. Now I found a Caracas. So I have a Caracas down. So if he tries to recast his Rubinia, I can just return it to his hand. He plays I forgot what the name of it is. It's Arabian Nights card. It's a 1/3 flying artifact. Sword on it. So I decided to copy artifact that. And then he uses some green counterspell that targets any of his permanents. So my copy artifact was countered. Then I tap it down during the beginning of his phase. Then he plays a Triskelion. Then I play an Veneral's Disc. And then during his untap or upkeep, I tap down his Triskelion. He plays a Scavenger Folk. And me and Justin are pretty even on life right now. I decided to use the disc. He shoots me for 3 with the Triskelion. All artifacts, creatures, and enchantments are destroyed. Then I play a Howling Mine. And Justin plays a Relic Barrier. And he taps down my Howling Mine during my turn. Then I play... Oh, that's a Field of Dreams on the board right there. So now we have to play with our first card of our library showing at all times. He plays a Sarah. And passes turn, taps down my Howling Mine. I play a Circle Protection white, but then he has a counterspell in his hand, so he counterspells my COP white. Then I pass turn. It's a Vesuvian Doppelganger on his Sarah. So at this point, I have enough mana, and I have a Pestilence in my hand, and I have enough mana to cast it. But unfortunately, I'm trying to be greedy, so I try to cast an Ancestral Recall to draw another land, but he ends up flash countering that. Or some kind of counterspell, some blue counterspell. So I missed my opportunity to play Pestilence. Now he plays a White Knight, and he swings in for 8. And at this point, I think I'm at 3 life. So I'm thinking, what can I do? So the only option is to cast Time Twister and see what I can get. And I believe I drew a Chaos Orb, a couple other things. I drew the Pestilence back again. I drew a Recall, and I drew something else, a Mind Twist and something else. Nothing that would do me any good. I was hoping my only chances were if I drew a land. I did draw a land. If I drew a land and I drew the balance back again, that would help me out. That's what I was thinking. Or if I could draw a land and a Time Walk, you know, and then play something, that might have been good. So here we are, and we have to show each other our cards that we draw because of the Field of Dreams is down. So he's showing me his cards there. I'm showing him my cards. Trying to think what I can do. If I play the Chaos Orb, I can activate it anyway. It's not going to help me because I only got 3 life. So I decided to Mind Twist him for 1. Then he has some kind of counterspell in his hand, so he counterspells it anyways. And that was game. So I'm going to come by and show the board state. Here's the Field of Dreams. There's my, and that's the last picture. That's the final board state. Cast my Mind Twist, and he cast the Power Snake. It was a fun game. These games last about an hour to hour and a half. Usually with 4 players, about an hour and a half. This game only lasted about an hour because we had 3 players. But it's a lot of fun. There was a lot of board wipes in this game. Justin ended up taking this one. I came in second. I think his life total was at 5 or 6, and mine was at 3, so he ended up getting it. But good job.